Yeah, that was a really disappointing part of the game. It felt like we were in the game at half-time. We didn't have the volume of entry that we'd like. That was sort of a red flag even at half-time. Pretty hard to stay in the game when you're getting smashed around territory or in that stat. But we're really pleased with our execution in the first half. We gave up a couple of goals just before half-time. But we felt we were in the game, but yeah, the second half just wasn't the standard. We've had a couple really ordinary third quarters this season, which we need to look at, whether we're starting to think, and we are a young list and a young team, and whether we're starting to think about the result a little bit too much. And we had some really positive things that we looked at around our mental mastery last week about staying in the game, staying engaged, not getting worried about the scoreboard against last year's premiers, whereas this week felt like there was a little bit of scoreboard pressure in that third quarter. Once the game sort of got away from us, we lost our way a little bit. And to Freo's credit, they're a bloody good team. They've got some terrific players. Their execution was terrific. And that's where we're trying to get to.
How do you fix that mental stuff, or is it something that just comes with experience?
Yeah, a little bit of both. We've got to learn from it, and it will take some time. Like I said, last week we had some really positives in that area. We spoke about it, we reviewed it. This week we just lost our way for that quarter, and against good teams, if you fluctuate not only mentally, but if you form or your system, you lose your way for a quarter. 6 goals to zip in a quarter is just going to hurt on any week. And that just wasn't good enough. So really disappointed about that, but to the boys' credit, we felt like our spirit and energy didn't waver in the last quarter. We felt like we played the right way, we just couldn't execute. So we've got a bit to work on.
Is it harder for a young team to stay up and stay mentally engaged like that, where you don't have the energy coming from a big crowd, a big home crowd? You feel like that's the thing that can take away from what they're trying to do?
Yeah, well, it's all part of learning. Like playing in an environment like this is different. So there obviously are different distractions around today, and the drive-in, all these different things that our young players are just going to learn from. We're growing as a club. We've got to get used to these experiences, and like I said, up until half-time, we were going okay in that area, but we've just got to keep giving our young boys our opportunity to do that, learn from it, review it, and then hopefully get better at it next time.
Small's really good early, like when the ball got in there, you look dangerous. What do you take out of that part of the game?
Yeah, well, that was the risk. Like we knew that their backs are well organised, and they've obviously played a fair bit of footy together. We've got a really young forward line, so we tried to test them in that area, play a bit smaller and go for speed and bring the ball to ground and give those boys an opportunity, and we did that. Little MJ kicked a couple of goals today, come back into the team, looked like an AFL player, and really energetic, and it's exactly what we wanted. But they adjusted. Like they've got some talent in their back end. Their aerial game in the back end really started to hurt us. But we gave Jonty Fall the opportunity to play and Alex Pearce in the last quarter, and get a sense of what it's like to play against an All-Australian defender, their captain, and he did really well. We were hoping he'd kick his first goal in the last quarter. Would have been nice for the boys to take something away from the game, but those sorts of experience and opportunities we're given to our younger players, it's just going to hold us in good stead in the future.
At what point do you go, it's time to chuck someone off for an experience on someone, and at what point do you go, no, we need to keep chasing the result?
Well, you're thinking of those things. Like Tracy had 4 goals at half time, and we've got Jacob Blight helping in the ruck. It's like, do you change that? You're always thinking of those things, but we just thought, well, let's just back our boys in. And Ben Miller, second half, to his credit, fought his way through, and he only kicked a couple for the rest of the game. And Blighty was helping Nank. Our captain's in really good form. It's on the back of some of the support he's getting from Jacob Blight, who's changed his whole role for our team. While we're trying to really balance out our squad. So, you're always thinking of those things. And as I said, even with Lynchy was a little bit sore at three-quarter time, could have played on, but it's just the opportunity to get Jacob Bauer in the game, look after Lynchy. We've got a 6-day break, get Jonty Fall some more game time in the last quarter against some quality defenders. And as I said, that should hold us in good stead for the future.
Tom Lynch subbed off injury?
No, he was fine. Like I said, he was a bit sore. I think he copped a bit of a corky. He was adamant he could go back on, but like I said, we're going to a 6-day break. It was bloody hot. He's a bit old, and it was just too good of an opportunity to give our younger boys a go at playing together for a bit longer. So Bowser gets an opportunity to play with Jonty Fall and Jacob Blight for a whole quarter against some really good defenders. So we took that opportunity.
Nick Boston as well, come away from the league.
Yeah, his nose is a bit crooked, but yeah, that's the game. Look, he's a tough player. He puts his head in places he probably shouldn't. So it's just blood rule comes off and.
Have a concussion test or anything?
No, he passed all of that. Yeah, so it was just a blood rule. Like I said, he's got a bit of a shine on his beak, but he'll be okay.
We weren't sure what to make of the collision with the umpire in the first quarter, Jaden Short.
Oh yeah.
And the umpire finished out the game. You said
Well, I think I know a few of the guys in the box said that they just accidentally crash into each other, and I thought it might have been heat stroke for a second there, but it was unfortunate. So he came off, and but Shorty was okay. Like I said, those accidents happen in a game, and unfortunate for the umpire.
So we got the collisions with umpires can result in fines, it can result in different things. So you think when one can't finish a game, do you have any concerns at all that might be looked at differently to a normal?
I don't think so. Like I said, there are accidents. He will obviously. The guys in the centre bounce. If you accidentally trip an umpy over, you get fined. And we need to protect the umpies. And Shorty had no idea what was going on. It was a shock to him as well. So there's an accident that's happened out on the field, and he'll obviously cop a fine for it, and that's okay.
I think that AFL game back around will still be going right now.
Yep.
Noah Bolter, what did he need to do today to get in the selection against Fremantle?
Well, the first thing was game time. Like, we needed to get a game under his belt, and then it's depending on how well he plays and how he pulls up. So I think that game's going right now, and hopefully he gets a good lot of minutes under his belt. We'll assess how he played, how he pulls up, and whether he's available based on, or whether he warrants selection on the way that he played. So we'll have those discussions later in the week.
Are you keen to get him in for the sense of experience, given you got so many young guys in this side?
Oh yeah, no doubt. And he's been through a lot, so we're keen to get him in because he wants to earn the respect back of his teammates, his club, and our supporters. So to do that, he wants to get out on the field. So he's doing that today. It's the first step of that today. He'll help a lot of our young boys. I think there's 4 or 5 of our VFL or our AFL listed players playing with the VFL today. So he'll help Campbell Gray. He's been terrific over the last month with some of our younger defenders. And as I said, if he plays well enough, he'll warrant selection, and we'll have those discussions next week.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.